2/3 of American counties are now officially Second Amendment sanctuaries. In this video, we're going to take a look at the astonishing rise of sanctuary states, how gun sales have been absolutely surging for 2 years in a row, and we're going to see how Second Amendment sanctuaries are just the tip of the iceberg of a new political order rising like never before. You're not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. Great to be with you. As always, we are your daily fake news antidote as each and every day. We provide patriotic analysis to help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. You got it. Before we begin, let's give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video, and that's BioTrust and their awesome immune system supporting product, Ageless Body. Ageless Body combines 5 of the world's best immune supporting powerhouses to boost your immune system really like nothing else. And best of all, if you click on that link below right now, you can get Ageless Body at their lowest price ever, up to 51% off, plus free US shipping to boot. So don't wait, click on that link or go to agewithsteveturley.com. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. The vast majority of all US counties have officially been designated Second Amendment sanctuaries. This coming from an analysis by sanctuarycounties.com. As of June 20th, there are now, get this, there are now 1,930 counties protected by Second Amendment sanctuary legislation at either the state or county level. That represents 61% of the 3,141 counties in our nation. Nearly 2,000 of the just over 3,000 counties are now officially Second Amendment sanctuaries. A number of sheriffs across the nation, they've pledged to uphold the Second Amendment, which actually includes every single sheriff in Utah. So this is an across-the-board measure that's involving grassroots citizens, legislators, and law enforcement in nearly 40 states. The Second Amendment has won, hands down. And to just put an exclamation marker on that, gun sales have been surging of late. The Washington Examiner is reporting that Biden's reckless anti-Second Amendment rhetoric made June, get this, bumbling Biden made this past June the second highest ever for the month in terms of gun sales. There were approximately 1.3 million, that's million gun purchases in June. That was only exceeded by last June in 2020 when gun sales passed the 2 million mark. June 2021 is the second highest June in terms of gun sales ever recorded. And guess who's contributing to that surge? Did you guess first-time gun buyers? Well, you'd be right. There are more first-time gun buyers than ever before, which means that the left has lost the gun control debate. The media will never tell you that. The left-wing activists disguised as journalists will never, ever tell you that. But gun buying stats don't lie. The percentage of counties that are now Second Amendment sanctuaries don't lie. The left has lost, period. And I wouldn't be surprised at the end of the day, as it were, of seeing upwards of 70-80% of our counties becoming Second Amendment sanctuaries. Now, what's happening with the rise of Second Amendment sanctuaries now dominating our national landscape is actually indicative of a rising phenomenon that's reshaping the world. And that's what's called neo-regionalism. You've got a number of scholars on the new right, like French scholar Alain de Benoit, who've been writing on this. But basically, neo-regionalism or localism is a backlash against the standardizing dynamics of globalism and its one-size-fits-all approach to political and economic life. Globalism entails a key dynamic known as disembedding. Okay? And disembedding dislodges time and space from localized control, and in effect replaces localized customs and traditions with a one-size-fits-all political and economic order. And so as part of the backlash against all that, more and more populations are re-embracing their distinct cultural particularism and the customs and traditions specific to their regional uniqueness. So what this neo-regionalism translates into with regard to what we're seeing here with the rise of Second Amendment sanctuaries is actually the larger phenomenon of sanctuary states. These are deep red states that are actively building legal and administrative walls to protect their citizens from the leftist globalist policies of Washington, D.C. A number of pundits have been talking about this, and I think we're going to see more and more red states join together and in effect form a unified administrative wall against the blundering Biden administration. There are now 30 red states, so to speak. And increasingly, we're going to see these states offering legal and administrative protection for their citizens who want nothing to do with the grand reset of Obama-era conditions. And people are moving to red states in droves in order to find sanctuary from the leftist activists in D.C. You need to watch a video I did on the growing power of red states in America. Texas, Florida, and North Carolina, 3 states that voted twice for President Trump, are set to gain a combined 4 seats in Congress because of their population growth, granting them collectively as many new votes in the Electoral College for the next presidential election as the ultra-democratic Hawaii has in total. So the electoral votes gained by these 3 states combined to make up for what would have been lost to this radically liberal blue state of Hawaii. So it's pretty impressive stuff. And if you're worried that all these people are moving from blue states, what we call leftugees, they're moving from blue states into red states, but you're worried that they're bringing their liberal politics with them, if you're concerned about that, you definitely need to watch my video on new data that proves that leftugees moving to red states overwhelmingly vote Republican. You definitely want to check it out. It's absolutely going to make your day. But this neo-regionalism that's fueling the rise of sanctuary states is really taking off, as we're seeing with the 61% of counties turning into Second Amendment sanctuaries. It's very, very exciting to see because Second Amendment sanctuaries really are just the tip of the iceberg. You may have heard of the state of Oklahoma passing a bill that will allow the state to completely reject all of Biden's executive orders. The bill, which just passed the Oklahoma House, would allow the Oklahoma Attorney General to review any executive orders, congressional laws, or federal agency rules to see if they violate the U.S. Constitution. And they even have a safety measure in that if the Attorney General just like passes the buck on this, then the state legislature could stop those laws through a majority vote. And of course, we're keeping a very close eye on the rise of the number of states that have banned CRT. You will love a video I did on a massive nationwide backlash against critical race theory. More and more states are just outright banning it. It's amazing. Florida, under the leadership of Ron DeSantis, he's officially banned critical race theory from Florida's public schools. The Texas Senate has just passed a ban on CRT, and it's expected to become law in the state in just a matter of weeks. The governor of Idaho, he's just signed a bill that bans CRT from their public schools. Check out the video. The list goes on and on and on. Again, it'll make your day. You're seeing more and more states taking on big tech, right? So Texas Senate just passed a bill blocking social media platforms from banning residents based on their political views. Again, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has publicly committed himself to bringing to an end once and for all conservative censorship in social media. And of course, you've got the extraordinary election integrity reforms sweeping throughout the red states as well. All of this is part of the same exciting trend. All across the nation, counties and states are rising up and pushing back against liberal globalism like never before. And in many ways, it is all just getting started. Now, before you go, you definitely want to check out my latest video I just uploaded on the nation of Hungary, banning schools from teaching LGBT-inspired curriculum. You're not going to want to miss it, so make sure to click on the link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.